An officer stood at the command console, hand hovering over the launch authorization button. 3 hours. A silent object hung in the sky above the base. In 1961, during the height of the Cold War, something appeared over a U.S. military installation. That would change one man's life forever. And now, declassified documents reveal he was right to refuse the order. This is his story. The date was June 3, 1961. The location, NORAD, North American Aerospace Defense Command, the most advanced military installation in the world. Behind reinforced concrete walls, deep underground, radar operators monitored every aircraft in North American airspace. It was the height of the Cold War. The Soviet Union and America were locked in a standoff. That made every radar blip a potential threat. Every unknown signal could mean nuclear war. Every decision meant life or death for millions. Colonel James Vincent was a 20-year veteran. He'd trained for this moment his entire career. He knew protocol. He knew the rules. He knew what happened if you questioned orders. But that night, protocol would be tested like never before. Around 9 p.m., routine surveillance turned into something extraordinary. A radar signature appeared on screens across NORAD. Unknown, unidentified, unmoving. Within minutes, the base went into red alert. This was not a drill. This is what happened next. The object first appeared on long-range radar systems, 50,000 feet above the base. Completely stationary, no transponder, no radio contact, no identification. Captain Michael Reynolds was monitoring the scope that night. He'd worked radar for 8 years. He knew every blip, every ghost echo, every false signal. This wasn't any of them. Within minutes, ground observers outside the base spotted it visually. A dark shape, hovering silently against the night sky. Multiple witnesses, multiple confirmations. Whatever it was real. It was there. And it wasn't leaving. Command issued immediate red alert. This was protocol for unidentified aircraft in restricted airspace. Armed forces went to DEFCON 3. Pilots were scrambled, nuclear bombers fueled and ready. The machinery of war began to turn. F-104. Starfighters launched from the nearest base, some of the fastest, most agile fighters ever built. Within 12 minutes, they were vectored toward the target. 2 pilots, 2 missiles, 1 unknown object. But here's where it gets strange. The object didn't move. It didn't run. It didn't accelerate. It didn't attempt evasion. For 180 minutes, 3 hours, the object remained perfectly stationary. The fighters circled. Radar tracked it. Observers watched it. But it just waited. Colonel Vincent stood in the command center, arms crossed, jaw tight. This violated every protocol in the book. No aircraft behaves this way. Soviet aircraft at least would run, would fight, would do something. But this was different. And Vincent knew it. As minutes turned into an hour, then 2, the impossible became undeniable. Whatever this object was, it defied every known principle of aerodynamics. It had appeared on visual scopes, but not on radar. Later analysis would show. This was technically impossible with 1961 technology. No aircraft could hide from radar, but be visible to the naked eye simultaneously, unless it wasn't using our technology at all. One of the pilots, Lieutenant James Crawford, radioed back, "We have it in visual sight. No markings, no lights. It's smooth, completely smooth, like nothing we've ever seen." Vincent heard this, and his stomach dropped, because he knew what this meant. If it wasn't Soviet, if it wasn't anything they had in the classified files, then what protocols even applied? High Command was asking the same question, and they were running out of time. At 11:47 p.m., a message came through secure channels. Authorization was given. The object was to be treated as a hostile target. The pilots were cleared to engage. Vincent received the order, direct, unambiguous, authorized by the Pentagon itself. He reached for the communication system. His hand trembled slightly. Once he gave this order, there was no taking it back. He keyed the radio. Tango Flight, this is NORAD command. You are cleared to engage target. Static, then. Roger, command. Weapons armed, weapons locked, standing by authorization to fire. Vincent's finger hovered over the authorization button. Protocol said, press it. Command said, press it. The chain of command said, press it. But something else said, don't. He didn't. Instead, Vincent did something that would have cost him his career, his security clearance, and his freedom. He refused, not loudly, not dramatically, simply and clearly. Stand down, Tango Flight. Do not, repeat, do not engage. We do not have a hostile act. We do not have a hostile intent. I will not authorize weapons free. An officer refusing a direct order. During a Cold War alert. When the nation's survival might be at stake. It was mutiny. It was treason. It was perfectly timed. Because in that exact moment, the object did something the 3-hour vigil had never prepared anyone for. It lifted off, vertically, at a speed that made the radar systems spike and crash. Then it vanished. The pilots watched it accelerate beyond the capability of any aircraft they'd ever tracked. Within 6 seconds, it was gone. No heat signature, no sonic boom, no radar return, just gone. Vincent was court-martialed. Quietly, quickly, everything sealed, classified. But in 2019, the Pentagon released documents that told a different story. Documents that showed Vincent wasn't punished. He was, well, protected, promoted, quietly, then retired. Because in those declassified files, there were sensor readings, radiation analysis, physical evidence of something that the Air Force couldn't explain. Still can't explain. One officer's refusal to engage saved something that night. What he refused to destroy, we may never know. But Vincent knew. And now, so do we. If you believe the story doesn't end here, you're right. Subscribe for the truth behind the classified files.